Hello, everybody. Welcome to my YouTube channel. We're going to tie a Japanese Kebari pattern that I call the Shotaro Kebari. Some people call it the ugly fly. It's traditionally tied on an eyeless hook. I didn't have an eyeless hook, so I'm going to use a hook with an eye, but I'm using a little beading cord here, red silk thread, to create the eye, the pretend eye, if you will, on the hook here. So I'm tying it in now. I'm just using black thread. This is a very simple fly, super buggy, very ugly. Um, this is the main fly, the only fly used by Mr. Shotaro, which is an interesting figure in professional mountain stream anglers. And this is his one fly. So basically, he probably tied it in hand, not on a vise. And So here I'm just tying the beading silk down to create the eye. I cut half of it a little short and left the other half long, just kind of creating a tapered body. I don't know that Mr. Shotaro did that or Shotaro-san did that, but just force of habit with tying flies, it kind of create a tapered body. I'm just using the beading silk to do that. I'm just wetting it to kind of compress it there so I can catch it with the thread. It's just black cotton thread. Just twisting that to make it straight. This fly is fished wet, but it does use a stiff hackle or a rooster hackle, cock hackle. This is just Grizzly. I'm just double checking the size, makes sense for this hook. This is a wet fly hook. It's a little bit long, so I'm tying it only into the point. It's a 1x long hook. I sometimes like these hooks. This is a size 10. A little heavier. Gets the fly down. You got plenty of length to make the body any size you want. And gives you room to tie on. They're nice. I mostly use these, in all honesty, for winged wet fly, sort of Bergman-esque style patterns. It just happens to be the hooks I have a lot of now. I've been into the Bergmans, but this is not a super detailed fly, as you will see. So I think you just use whatever you have on hand, and that's kind of the idea here. So I tied down the rooster hackle all the way back, and then to strengthen it, I just sort of wound it onto the thread, and I'm going to wind the feather up the hook with the thread around it as a strengthening piece. And again, he probably tied this in hand, so this is probably the technique that he would have used to do that. I'm using a vise, it's just easier. But again, just buggy. You could do this any way you want. You could kind of compress all the fibers down near the closer to the bend of the hook, and make a big fatter hackle up here near the head. You could just do it all buggy across like I did. You could even sakasa it if you want to, June it, whatever you want. And so it's tied in now. I tied it off. Now at this point, again, free flow. I'm just going back to reinforce this hackle. Just a simple buggy stiff, thing like you see here. I've had just a ton of success on fish hitting it. There's a lot you can do with a fly like this in terms of manipulation. Fish it near the surface, skitter, under the water. So I tend to just leave them like this, but you could wrap the thread back and really flatten out the back of the body. leave it less buggy, and leave the hackle up front. You could oversize the hackle. You could do all kinds of things. And it's just super simple. Whip finish, and I am done. So I'm just going to finish it here because I used the beading cord. The beading cord's a little bit soft. I'm not so worried about the whip finish here for strength, but I'm going to use a little hard as nails Sally Hansen here just to firm up the loop that is the eye of the hook. That's that beading cord. Just get that Sally Hansen in there to soak in on that beading cord. I usually do about 2 coats. I'm only going to show you one here, but yeah, just basically get it so it soaks into that. Make sure the eye is free, and some of the hackle free there, and then let it dry. Come back and do it again. Thanks a lot. Hope you enjoyed it.